This is Andy Poroff, Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by WBA Super Flyweight World Champion Kal Yafai here in Birmingham. Kal, Happy New Year. How'd you find the festive period? Did you get up to much?
No, not really. I never got up to much. Just trained, basically. Relaxed a bit, a couple of days with the family. And, yeah, not much, but it's all good.
Now, obviously, over the last, 4 or 5 days ago, he was probably, to be fair, the fight was finally announced, Roman Gonzalez, out in Texas, back in February. Talk to me about how the fight finally got signed and what talks and discussions were like.
Well, it moved pretty quick because I was meant to fight Juan Estrada. So after I boxed in Providence end of June last year, I was meant to fight Estrada. I agreed and signed everything to fight Estrada mid-December. And then he had a hand issue, so then that got pushed back to end of Jan on the Miami show, and then that fell through as well. He done his hand in again, so was kind of a bit in limbo. But Eddie managed to get me the Chocolatito fight, and yeah, basically that's how it happened, and I'm just happy I got that big fight that I've been wanting.
Let's start with Roman Gonzalez fight. You've kind of been linked with him for a few years now. Why is it that it's taken till now for you to cement that big fight in Roman Gonzalez, 4-weight world champion? Up until Rungvisai, I believe he was unbeaten off the top of my head.
Yeah.
That's a record. That's pretty impressive in itself. Doesn't take anybody to need to say that. Why do you think it's taken until now to cement that big fight?
Just that's the thing a lot of people don't see. There's obviously a few fights that we've tried to make and they haven't come off. Last is May 2018. I fought in Fresno. Shared a card with Joe and Carhas, and that was the whole point, was to fight each other after we both won, and we thought that was a defo go ahead fight, after we both won, but they didn't want to basically want any part of it, and then we were going to fight Donny Nietes in April last year, and I had a hand injury, and I was hoping the fight would get pushed back 4 fights, and we spoke about just pushing it back by a month on its own show instead of Rungvisai Estrada 2, and he basically gave up his title because he had to fight his mandatory. So that kind of left me in limbo again, but because that happened, my mandatory got put on me and I had to box Jimenez in Providence. And then obviously we come to the Estrada fight. I signed for that, fell through, signed for it again, fell through, and here we are with Chocolatito.
What are you expecting from Roman Gonzalez come fight night? Do you still expect him to be as good as what he was prior to the Rungvisai defeats? Obviously, Rungvisai defeats were very draining on him, tough defeats to take. What are you expecting from him come fight night?
I'm expecting the toughest Chocolatito there is. I'll be a fool to think that he's shot or he's past his best. The way I'm taking it is he's at his best still. He's had a good break. He's come back with 2 knockout wins, even though they're not against great opponents, and he's refreshed himself, and he's going to be hungry to win a world title once again. But I've been asking for this big fight. I've been wanting a big fight for a long time, and I'm starving for it. He's a guy that I've looked up to, and he's like he was an idol. So I've even been out to LA to watch him fight before, but I've got to do a job on him and to prove that I'm up there with the best.
I'm sure you'll probably admit this yourself. Your last few performances haven't been to the level you'd have liked them to be, but when you consider the names and the opponents you've had to face compared to Roman Gonzalez, they won't exactly get the blood boiling as much as what I imagine Roman will be. Do you anticipate this will bring the best out of you and we will see the Kal Yafai who originally beat Luis Concepcion when you picked up the world title?
100%. I've got the bit between my teeth. I'm very excited. I can't explain how excited I am for the fight. I'm really excited. I'm happy. And I haven't been like that for a while. I know the kind of opponents I've been fighting. They're not names, and I'm expected to win I'm expected to win. I'm expected to win. You know, the fights I'm expected to win in style. So I know what I've got to do, and I know that I'm capable of doing it.
Now, with Roman, how do you expect the fight to kind of play out when you are both in the ring? What are you expecting from him on fight night?
To come forward and be very aggressive. That's his game. That's what he does. He ain't gonna do nothing else. He ain't gonna try and outbox me, is he? He's gonna he's gonna try and just put it on me and try and make me feel uncomfortable. But that's great. That's what I want.
Are you feeling any added pressure on yourself because you've been waiting for this opportunity for so long to face one of your other leading names in the division, and then you get Roman Gonzalez? Do you feel any added pressure to make sure you perform to your best, and not only perform to your best, but obviously you are victorious?
No, not really. I thrive off pressure, and I know what I've got to do. But I don't feel no pressure. I'm going into the biggest fight of my life. Biggest fight of my life, fighting a legend in the sport for big money. It's great. It's what every boxer dreams of doing, and the dream's coming true. So I'm happy.
Obviously, a victory against Gonzales, it would establish you as one of the best in the division. I'm not saying that you aren't currently, but you'd finally have that big name on your record. What do you think would lie next? Is the Estrada fight something that you'd like to revisit immediately?
100%, yeah, 100%. If that can be done, then 100%. Then I can't see why not.
How frustrating was that when it fell through twice for you?
Very frustrating, because you sign for a fight. It's a massive fight, a unification against one of the pound for pound best fighters for huge money, and it falls through not only once but twice. And not only that, it keeps me inactive, and that ain't a good thing for me, you know, to be inactive for such a long time.
It was a surprise for me as well when Gonzales was announced, because even though I heard rumours about it, I spoke to Eddie in Saudi and he said the Estrada fight was signed, and then obviously you're informing me of this now. What would you have preferred? Would you have preferred Estrada or Roman Gonzalez?
It's a difficult one. See, the thing is, Estrada wants it's a unification. So, and he's top 6-7 pound per pound. So it's a brilliant fight. But Gonzales is more well known. He's a former pound per pound king, and you know it brings a lot to the table. So it's a difficult one, really. I think it's a more of it's a better fight, you know, for viewers to watch me and Gonzales, yeah, because I think it'll be more action instead of being more of a chess match. But I'm not really bothered, but I kind of lean towards Gonzales because it's kind of I've wanted to fight him for a long time. So I think it was just meant to be, and yeah, everything was right for the Gonzales fight. The deal, everything. It's exactly the same as the Estrada fight. So happy days.
How much longer do you feel you'll be able to operate a super flyweight before you do consider moving up?
Who knows?
How comfortable do you find making weight?
It's never comfortable, and I'd be lying if I said it was comfortable. It's obviously, but the thing that makes it easy for me is my nutritionist helps me a hell of a lot. He works with my partner and everything to make sure that everything's spot on. And Scott's just like, he's made my life a lot more easier. So I don't have to, basically, you know, I don't have to starve or do anything like that. So I feel like he's a big asset to the team, and he's helped me make the weight a lot easier.
Do you think we'll see any more antics like when you get on the scales, having another Powerade or whatever it was?
Who knows? If I can, I will. That's how comfortable I made it last time. When I say it's difficult to stay so disciplined for such a long period of time, and then, you know, he makes it easier by adding little things, little treats and things like that, so it don't feel as bad. And then obviously at the end, you know, if my weight's good and the fluid come out of me a bit more than what we expected, I can have that drink before the weigh-in, and it feels good.
Just a few more questions before I do let you go. Throughout any of this period, have you ever felt, you know, over these last 3 or 4 fights, when you haven't been able to cement a big one, have you ever felt like you've kind of been left on the side, you haven't been maybe managed or looked after the same way other fighters may have from your promoters, from management, etc.?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. You have them little down periods where you're thinking, shit, fucking hell, yeah, I'm a top fighter and nothing's coming right for me. But I'm just one of them guys that just keeps going. I'm very mentally strong, and I don't think about a lot of what's going on the outside. And there's loads of things that can get fighters down. Fights not coming together, the stick they get off of people outside of boxing and things like that. But I'm not really one of them people. I like to count my blessings more than look at all the negative stuff going on. I can just all fighters and all sports people will get a lot of negative comments and along with positive, but I'm alright. I enjoy life. I just think it's a short career, it's a short life, so why not enjoy it?
That's a couple more quick questions. I didn't get to see you at the back end of last year, but obviously Anthony Joshua, your boy, reclaiming his unified world titles out in Saudi Arabia. What was your thoughts on his victory over Andy Ruiz Jr.?
Brilliant. He done what he needed to do. Proved everyone wrong. 2-time, man. Can't get better than that.
And obviously we're about a month away now from another big heavyweight fight, Wilder Fury 2 out in Las Vegas. Just break that one down from the car. How do you see that playing out?
You know what? It's one of them fights where you can't even. I don't even know myself. He's either gonna school him for 12 rounds, or Wilder's just got that equaliser where he can just put anyone to kip at any given time. But I'd like to see Fury win on points. I think that's a safe bet. But it's hard because you can put that on, that you can play that as a safe bet, or you could play Wilder with a knockout as a safe bet. It's very difficult, but made the best man win.
I know you're close friends with AJ, but how would you currently rank the heavyweight status of the top three?
AJ number 1.
Who's number 2 and 3?
It's exciting. It's an exciting division. You got AJ, Fury, Wilder. They all bring something different to the table. It's a very difficult one, but AJ's put himself right back up there now with that win over Ruiz.
Well, Kal, I will let you crack on and have your training session now, so I appreciate you giving up your time. I know you're going to be a busy man over these next couple of months, so thanks for your time and thanks for being myself, Boxing Social.
No problem at all.